So I've been wanting to do book reviews since I did that book review last year, and I made a challenge at the start of this year to read 100 Days to Brave by Annie F. Downs. Um, and I made that my goal for the first quarter of the year, and I got it done. Um, so it is a devotional, and the way I read it is I go through and read it almost every day with following with the King James Version Bible, and I pray about it. And it's kind of like the Pure Devotional that I read last year by Rebecca St. James. Um, I feel like that they're both very relatable because both these women are older. They were like in their 30s when they wrote these, and were single Christian women who had never been married, and were trying to do works for God and like live clean lives. And so yeah, I thought they were pretty good. Um, and this book had so much encouragement for me. There was like a lot of days where the verse was just what I needed, um, and it was a lot of good things about processing grief and mourning dreams that weren't fulfilled and moving forward and being brave, um, and brave to step out and do what God wants us to do, even if it's big and scary. And I feel like that so fits this year because the start of this year I had to be very brave. Um, I had to move out on my own for the first time in my life in February, and I started a new job in March. It's the first time working in this field without people that I knew in the company that I was working in, and it's been just a lot of big steps, and it's been exciting and a little scary and hard at times because it's not really, what I would picture my life to be at this point. And I honestly don't even feel like it's what God wanted it to be, but it is now what it is, and I feel like that it's what God wants for me now. So I'm trying to my best to live what He wants me to do, to live now. Um, okay, so um, I would say the things that were a conflict of interest were her chapter on socializing. I'm a very social person, um, but I felt like she was a little bit hard. Like it was a challenge every day to reach out to different ones. And I can't even explain how hard that is. Um, it's just like really hard on me mentally, physically. Um, and it's hard for me to fit into my schedule. And then I beat myself up if I can't fit it in. And then I go and question, do I really have to do that? Because I really need to only do what God wants me to do and not just follow a person. I've had friends that were very bullying, who used me as a doormat or as a tool and just pushed me to do things, wouldn't let me have time to think and pray and really make sure that was a good idea, and they were just trying to push me in the moment, no, do this now, and this is important, and this, and I realized that that was how she's making me feel. And I shouldn't let anybody in a book make me feel that way. So that was an issue that I had. The other issue that I had was she said something about just asking someone out and like what's it gonna hurt to coffee and stuff. And the issue that I had with that is I don't take that lightly. I've never been in a relationship. I am almost 34 years old, and I have very limited dating experience. Pretty much just hanging out with a friend. Just as a friend, or just seeing if it might go somewhere. But we just remained friends. And it was just, that's all it was. Like, hanging out with a friend. Um, and the thing is that, um, if a guy has asked me to hang out as a friend, but he doesn't see it going anywhere, I don't see it going anywhere, but I feel uncomfortable about the situation, I won't even go out with him. It's not going to happen. Um, if I really feel like God is not in that, even just being friends, especially if it's a one-on-one, it's it's not going to happen. Um, and if a guy is tell me just go on one date, just see where it goes, but if he is really being pushy on me right away, in a way that I know God doesn't want me to allow myself to be pushed, then I'm not gonna go out with him. And I thought I have asked out and went on out with at least one guy, and I mean this was a lot of fasting and prayer. This was a lot of, okay, God wants me to do this thing, and as you can see, I'm still single, but um, yeah, I did know, like, I do know when God's in it and when He's not, and I do know, like, the purpose, and it's important to have that sense of purpose. That's a big deal with me. Um, yeah, I'm not like, oh, let's see where this goes kind of thing, because I don't like when I go through my heartbreak, then I have to. And the other thing was that she, let's see, the other thing was that she talked about uh, dreams. And she talked about how dreams and your calling weren't the same thing. And I have a big issue with that because um, I really try to fast and pray and make sure that my dreams and my calling are aligned. And if my dreams don't fit into my calling, then they're out. They're not going to take space in my head, and I'm not going to sit here and daydream and make plans in my head towards something that God's not in. And if He is in that thing, then I ask God how I can work towards that, whether it's prayer, whether it's patience, or whether it's actually, um, actions. So it's just like, so that's the issue I had. I feel like that it's good to not just let those dreams take space in our head and our lives and distract us, if they're not aligned with God's calling for us. But if they are aligned with God's calling, and if He is saying, yes, this isn't my plan, then it's totally fine to keep those dreams there and to um, just work towards that. Um, yeah, she was saying dreams are okay, but I don't know. Maybe I'm misunderstanding her, but that's just like what I felt like. She's kind of saying that, yeah, that dreams of things you wanted were just like, yeah, not even attached to your calling, and they can be. Um, have I become braver? I think in some ways I became stupider. But, I mean, I did some stupid, brave things. And, oh my goodness. I think that's easy. But, I don't regret everything. When I was reading it, I remember I did make some pretty brave moves in my life, and basically figured out um, figured out what I shouldn't shoot for and different things. But no, it was pretty good. Um, but I would love to pass it on to someone else. Uh, if anyone is interested, and maybe you have the mental capacity to be social that many times in a week. I don't know. But let me know if you want this book. I hope you guys all have a blessed day. And like I said, I mean, if you want this book, just let me know, and I will literally just give you the book. Bye.